Hi, I'm Gary Ketteringham. I'm Managing Director of Lesk Engineers, Worcester. It's founded by a guy called Harold Bosworth back in the 50s, I believe it was. We're a subcontract machine shop. We deal mostly with precision engineering, so we'll be working down to tolerances of sub 10 microns quite regularly. For a number of different industries, so we do defence, automotive, commercial, railway, anywhere really, we'll have a go at. Aerospace, we're a second tier supplier. A lot of that stuff goes into Leonardo's, Rolls-Royce, Airbus, Boeing. Another big customer of ours is Mazak Machine Tools, which you may or may not have heard of. And probably the most quintessential would be Morgan Motors over in Malvern. We do all their hubs for them. So normally if you see a Morgan, it'll have one of our hubs on it. Biggest problem we were finding was making sure that we could get our parts out of the factory and delivered to customer with the correct amount of inspection taking place. So we needed we needed a two-pronged attack on that. We needed to increase the number of bodies in inspection, and more importantly, we needed to replace our CMM. If you're not familiar with CMM, that's a coordinate measuring machine. Our existing CMM was outdated, the software was outdated, it wasn't particularly accurate, and it was slow and unreliable. So it really was a focal point of something we needed to address. We were a participant of an exhibition, and a representative from Made Smarter approached my colleague who was up there at a display, explained to him what they did and what the potential outcome and advantages were. We showed them what we were after, what was required, what was needed, what kind of technology, because obviously there's a vast array of CMM manufacturers out there, and it's like anything, it's like buying a motor car. You can buy a cheaper version, a more expensive version, and the middle of the road version. So we knew what we were after, we knew what we needed to attain from the machine, and it progressed from there really.
Hi, my name is Martin Mangan. I'm a digital transformation specialist for Made Smarter programme in the West Midlands. Well, the first step you come in is you sit down and you listen to what the business has. Most businesses understand where the problems are. It's more of confusion of how to sort the problem out. So you sit and listen. I listened to them, looked at the problems, noted down, created a small report which I then shared with our partners, which are this particular case was the Manufacturing Technology Centre, who then came in to advise on digital technologies. Part of my service is not just to look at that particular, it's to look at the whole company and see if that is what the actual problem is, or there are other problems within the business. Lesk Engineers knew exactly what they needed. When somebody says they want a CMM machine, it's not necessarily what the first question is why do you think you need one of those? And then they'll talk you through the rationale behind it. You look at all the other systems and see whether if they put a brand new piece of machinery in, whether the other bits can cope with what's happening. Talk through the business plan of what was causing the problems in the company. And yes, they were right. They needed a CMM machine that created more digital output, had more digital input, which could free up the shop floor bottlenecks. So what I did then is recognise that, created a report, Manufacturing Technology Centre, gave them an overview. They have to come in and have again another look at what's happening on the shop floor, see if that is actually the case, and again they agreed with all our findings. And we looked at then how we specify what kind of machinery they required. In terms of Lesk, they had 2 or 3 suppliers of CMMs they knew they wanted to use, and we just checked and said actually they are good, and then looked at their systems and whether this new system would be compatible and expandable in the future, and it was.
We can obviously move stuff out quicker, and just as importantly, we're now confident in the measurements that we're taking. It's vital that what we supply to our customers is the correct quality, has to be to drawing, and the measurements that the CMM takes, that gives us confidence in what we're sending is okay.
Most companies understand what problems they have. It's just a clarity in what the solutions will be. And we give them the solutions, but not just the solution, but what then the knock-on effects of this could be within the business and where they need to invest. What Made Smarter then does well is then look at that first step, that first solution, and help you implement it. And then from that point forward, you can start doing it on your own, or with us again. You can engage us again and we'll come in and have another look at your systems and help you even further. But the main point is, we'll help you on that step one to show what can be done.